thought about it, which we should have.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, we couldn't have because we didn't know enough to know. That's the
Well, we
problem with
know
the main
camels
one.
counter cab and Ellie. We know that, but I guess I guess I haven't played camels in a long time. I just totally forgot about that part. But we do know that, right? I mean, it's not like it's a surprise.
By the way, the game. By the way, the game is up. But however, that's true. But so what I'm saying is kudos to Munsif because he made them. Right. All I'm saying is that even at that
What
end
makes
time,
camels?
I know he does. I'm saying that even with that, you guys had a huge opportunity to just
Because I
roll
yeah,
in mid.
because I called out the onagers for Fassel to make, and then the camels. I guess is something we didn't call out, which we should have.
So what really ended up saving us was the camel went to the trade, which was like, thank you. Now we can actually kill the onagers and the main army that was really pushing, really. And then the moment you guys scattered to the sides, it was then there's nothing you can do. Like at that point it became like, okay, can we get one side or can we get the other side? I actually let my particular side kind of go where it was completely apparent because I had like outposts and everything, but since no one really ever called it, so I didn't really say
There's something
anything.
that I don't understand. Like
Yes.
when I sent those camels, when I sent those camels to the
uh,
front, I think I did 2 times. But anyway, the first time when I did it, right, all our units they were just standing there without pushing, and I called
mhm.
many times. This is the time we should go. We just wasting time. Let's forward build. Let's just go and go. And
Yeah.
maybe a minute after there was no response, so I decided to send those pack of camels to the front.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Just to
saying. We
scout.
were
Yeah,
desperate because we
but
didn't have an answer, right?
I
I mean, I
understand.
know that you were saying that, but honestly, just saying now's the time to move forward, whereas we're just, got wrecked,
But
right? I
So
mean,
but
we
well,
I do
hold on.
have a
I was gonna
question.
finish something. Hold on, hold on. At the time when I sent those camels, I had other camels in the back in case if you guys want to do something with the units that you were just standing there. It's not because the only camels that I had is the one that I sent to the front. It's not true because that's how it seems it is, but it's not true.
But what they're saying is that whatever camels were in the back were simply not effective to stop them from doing anything after, right? So that's what they're saying. They were not positioned in the right place.
The unfortunate thing is this, Munsif. Once you lost your death ballish combo, which required that you be the front line with the camels and then the onagers be protected. If you notice that when the next time when you use those camels, you never had any onagers anywhere around, so the Karumbai destroyed you. So what I'm saying is that basically your two unit combo of onager camel would have destroyed Eli Karumbai, but because in the first instance your camels left, the onagers died. In the next instance, when your camels came up, you still were against an Eli Karumbai combo, which means the Karumbai, like you said, destroyed you. So at the end of the day, it didn't really matter. Like you still got destroyed. So from your perspective, you see, shit, my camels just got wrecked. But what I'm trying to just show you is that critical key was that you needed that combo, and the I was hoping that the success that you saw with the onager camel being moving forward, that should have like been, you guys should have doubled down on that. Unfortunately, you guys were just generally having a hard time protecting Fassel's onagers generally, and I thought that given an infantry guy like Logan, he could have been on guard duty. He literally could have been on guard duty of those onagers, and it would have been GG. Like it would have been very GG because as Gots, he could have just flooded the whole area with pikes. What are we gonna do? Can't do shit. Onagers have free reign, and the more free reign you have, the like there's nothing we can do. I'm just telling you, there's literally nothing we can do. And oh, by the way, onagers will counter Karumbai, and Logan has all those pikes who are fighting to protect the onagers. So there's not. So even if we win that battle and your camels die, right, Munsif, it doesn't matter because the remnants of the army cannot match the power that you guys
Yeah,
had
I
with that
understand
combo.
what you're saying, Khurram, but at the same time, I think what you have to understand is the retro isn't happening in game. And what is happening in game is people have exhausted, myself included, a sort of like recognizance of domain knowledge of like, okay, right. maybe we are pretty good with figuring out what's coming forward at us, right? And so maybe we're able to say, all right, let's try to respond with something like so and so, right? We're completely missing the ball. And by the way, Salman normally compensates for this,
Okay.
which is to say, I'm going to create an offensive set. What I need from you is this, and what I need from that guy is this. And now your job is this, right?
Sure.
So
Understandable.
we're completely missing this piece.
And that's okay. That's what the training's for, right? The only thing I would just say is, if you lose a battle or two in game, you should immediately be like, okay, what is destroying us, and what do we use to counter that? Like, that has to be an outstanding question.
But unfortunately, what's happening at that junction is there's too much. The I've mentioned this before. The autonomous auto queue Zerg impact, which it just happened to me that Logan was GOTS, so that actually gave him a free hall pass.
Man, that
You
was
see?
messed up because I did not see Gots in mid, and that was the problem. I'm just telling you.
So I have a question for you guys on the other team. How was the Sharky Dobo offensive?
Very good. I thought they did a solid job. I thought, I think it was Red who's Dobo, came in with a shit ton of those hand cannoneers, which was very super effective. It basically put us on our back foot. We were. It did trigger the creation of the onagers, though. So because honestly, none of our barrack units of any kind were
Yeah, because
effective
I
in
don't know if you
any.
guys saw, like, all I really did in that match was just I pumped out pikes.
Yeah, you were doing a little bit of the sideshow with your Rams too. But
Yeah, but that's honestly more to keep you guys honest. It's like, hey,
fair
there is
point.
another side.
Fair point. But going back to what you were asking, I thought the Dobo Sharky combo was very effective. I didn't think that they were in any which way. They didn't come across to me. I mean, look at we were in a stalemate for the longest time, right? So it was definitely not these suckers. Let's steamroll, right? That
Yeah.
never happened. Okay, so kudos to Sharky and Dobo working together. Obviously under instruction, creating the right units, which was fantastic. That's great job, guys. So when you listen to good counsel and you produce that, even though Horam did say that you were struggling to maintain that dominant presence by defending the offensive siege engines like the trebuchets and whatnot, right? So you guys Horam had to step in and say, hey, look, this is how it's done. And I appreciate that. That's rough because I don't think anybody on our side could step up that way either. So, point being that you were able to do a solid job. You did put us in a stalemate. I personally didn't think I was that impactful, but I was mostly on D duty. So I did think we struggled with real estate. And I think I'm going to have to talk to the team about not going overboard with creating too much of a footprint in mid. We're simply unable. Is Logan back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. So there cannot be a disconnect between a shout out for an effective number of a counter unit to what the enemy is throwing at us when pretty much I was the footprint of buildings. I mean, look at my onagers were literally going all the way back near the trade route to circle around, and I think even Munsif at some point say, "Hey, could you just knock out a couple of the house wall houses?" So we're gonna have to try to do a better job there because, very simply put, when you called out for the skirmishers, you feel that you need a critical mass of an effective counter unit. We're unable to produce it on account of you have a competing data thread or mental thread going on, which is to maintain whatever is in your head about the way you drop, structures around the map. Maybe you're thinking some good thoughts about defensive walling, right? Or maybe you have some other mindset in your head when you drop all these units. And what makes it worse is the fact that you were GOTS, you almost get a free pass to do that spamming of buildings so that you can spam through. And so, unfortunately, it makes it really hard to critique this because you were playing a civilization that did leverage the Zerg
Mm,
impact, right?
it,
But what I am trying to say is if we get a different, civilization, that we cannot ever afford to be able to respond to your call for help with a critical mass of, say, skirmishers or something, because we're simply not, or onagers, because there's just no room for maneuverability. We're going to have to talk about that. We can't get carried away with creating structures on the
Understood.
map.
So I think you guys kind of got it. By the way, how did you guys feel about the balance of the game?
I guess one quick observation I was gonna make was that I felt personally that we still were not very, but we still were late in engaging and kind of taking control of the resources, at least on the left side, right? Uh, I mean, at one point, because if Logan was Goths, I'm Byzantine, so there's no reason why we need to hold back, right?
Byzantines is a slow slave.
No, I'm saying they're at least cheap units still, right? So I mean,
But
obviously we could have still
I get what you're
uh,
saying, but I'm saying Byzantines is still a slow slave.
Yeah, my point is with Dobo and Sharky on your guys' side, I think we need to take advantage of getting those early games, a bit faster from our side, right? Not attacking, but at least taking control of the resources. Like for a long time, those berries and stuff on the left side were not even getting touched on our side. It's not like they were getting contested either. They were just sitting there, right?
Fair enough.
Yeah, we're going to have to make adjustments and improve the game.
What did you guys think about the balance?
Well, I
I
can
thought
tell
this
you
was more
that-
balanced, honestly. I mean, I felt like we had a more competitive. Just my opinion. I felt like we had a more competitive game.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys that like a game like this where there's the units, it requires me to break the. I have to break the stalemate. So I guess that's what I'm saying. Like like if we do it this way, then I have to break the stalemate. If not, then it's just kind of like you know it's a little tough because I didn't want to do that, but then I needed to show our guys on like Dobo and Sharky on how to do that, which was different. But if I didn't do that, and if I now imagine this, if I was on defense duty, Logan would never get there, and Shuaib would never get there, and good luck when you actually come to our side of like our
Hey,
side.
all I know is Shuaib came in. He did some shenanigans in the front and then died.
No, but you see what I'm saying. So I guess the question really is that you guys felt like you guys want something similar. I guess let me ask this, Munsif, what did you think? Did you feel like on par everything felt like cool, like yeah, or you
I
felt
mean,
like
no. I mean, from all the games that we played tonight, I think the last game was the best. I guess like more
okay?
engaged. We were
So
all
so you guys want to
technically
just split and
balanced.
keep that?
I don't mind. We were. I mean, I don't.
Okay.
Technically, I can't talk about from what's going on from Logan and Shrive's side because I
Yeah.
didn't pay too much attention. Just I'm looking at replay now.
Oh, okay.
But from our side, we were both Faisal and me. We were in the defense, so we
Right.
didn't get into engagement, and we had our sweet time, like to do our economy and so.
And it was really interesting because me and Munsif were the so-called, death ball, because it was his camels and my onagers that was
Right.
the difference maker.
So maybe we keep the teams because that kind of worked out.
I'm fine with that. I think previously the showing was really dismal, and I think it's better around. I think we were communicating much better. I think I was fearful that I would have to communicate more, but I was pleasantly surprised that Shoaib and Logan specifically, much more vocal. So that
Okay.
was awesome. So I really like Logan chiming in, and it was maybe 20% frustration, but 80% usefulness.
Okay, good.
So usually it's the other way around.
All right. Sounds good. So then we'll keep that and we'll see how this one goes. Like, I'm really thinking that maybe if you guys get like that good combination of communication going on amongst all you guys, then hey, that's worth something. I know the map has something to do with it. So we'll definitely see how it goes. All right, Munsiv, get in and guys switch channels and let's go.
Okay.
Cool. Guys, so what was it that you guys kind of like struggled with? Because at some point you guys were not able to maintain like the numbers, and then of course the further you guys went in front with the trebs, the less and less forces you guys were using to protect them.
There
So
was there
I struggle with
was two things
Go
I
ahead.
have to point out to you guys real quick. First off, you guys did a terrible job forward building. I didn't see any.
Yeah.
So there's that one. And second off, you guys, I don't want to see just one unit type running around again. Because like
that's just my issue is I just went way too heavy onto the
hand cannons.
the gunner. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just because
This is why I usually will say two types of units. You know how I'll say, okay, Dobo, you're going cav or halbs and skirms, right?
Yep.
So that's two types. So if they come with the counter to the halbs, which is usually skirmishers, you at least have a response of your own skirmishers to have something.
I had pikemen too, but then there's the other thing I fucked up on, and I'll say straight up was I had forgot to change my rally point from when I was getting attacked by the camels. So
Gotcha.
I had a fuck ton of units in the back, like a shit ton of pikemen, just sitting there waiting. I'm like, why am I at 200 pop right now?
Gotcha.
And then I was like, what the hell? And then I was like, oh my god, like I got like 70 pikemen back here that I'm just like sitting on like an asshole. And I have all these, these hand cannoners up there. I'm like, ah, shit. But I recognize that, I made that mistake.
No, that's cool. Sharky, any comments from you?
Yeah, I think I kind of felt the production wasn't as strong in the front, and yeah, I think as far as kind of the niche, I think that they were. I did build like kind of that kind of the 2-unit combination, but they weren't like together.
Yeah, I mean, like it's the same if you does he going one unit combo at that point. You know what I mean? It's like if I run around with eagles, and he has champions, well, there's nothing I can do except maybe run around. Granted, you are the Lithuanians, and you got all 4 relics. I was really happy to see that you got all 4 relics, and you're making the pallies, and you're doing work with the paladins. They were doing phenomenal work, so that was good to see.
I felt like also too. I feel like on a positive note, me and Sharky made a really good push for this.
Oh, of course you did. You see how far you guys pushed them back? All I did was build pikes and just like, oh, Dubba, here's a couple pikes for your hand cannons. Sharky, here's a couple pikes for your traps. That's literally all I did. Then I sent a couple rams on the other side, just like, hey, guys, don't forget this shit too. There is a front here. That's all I did. I think it's in like 15 units, 20 units on that side or something. Nothing excessive. Anyway, I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom.
Good work though, by the way. You guys need to talk more though. I like the move on the hand cannoneers, especially against dots. That was actually nicely done. Basically tear up all the infantry, and then that gives Sharky full reign with his cav. That's something that you guys were doing that they didn't realize, but you basically heavily countered them big time. So talk with each other and coordinate more, and then forward build is with the units that you're going to use to protect your siege, right? Like the trebs and stuff. Like that's the key. Oh, and was it Who lost their trebs on the other side of the berry bush, which sucked? That should have never happened. Like the,
That was probably me. Yeah.
oh man, like if those trebs were like by the main, oh man, you would have further pushed. And you know, like use the trebs strategically to take out, like you don't have to get them all the way in, but you can use take out castles, move them an inch or two further in, then take out all the barracks and all the all the buildings there. Because at one point you guys felt like you needed to go further in, and they had like this like tons of units with onagers in the back trying to pancake you guys. Just hang around your trebs, and because here's the thing: the moment you use your trebs, you're forcing them to come to you, right? That's really what you're doing. So just make sure that you got your trebs and you got all your units. Now, here's the only thing. Whoever's on cavalry or has the mobile unit, you have this one job. If they got onagers or they have like their own, like onagers are big targets, and or if they have trebs too, you'll have to work with each other to figure out when exactly do you want to, the guy with the cav eventually wants to go and take out those, right? But onagers are still big money on the onagers, because if you've got a bunch of units protecting the trebs, like it doesn't matter if the onagers come in, then they pancake everything, right? Like that's the issue. So you need the cav to go, and whoever's on cav duty can go in, take that out, get out of there, that sort of thing. But other than that, you guys did good. So forward building and then maintain your economies, and you guys should be good.
While we're waiting, you guys want to see what I end up doing with this box? Has issues? Figure out how to fix it. Just my dog ate them. That sounded like a no. Okay, fair enough.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Cav archers. I had them cav archers wrecking him.
I like how you just ignored that statement too. You're like, "Ah, fuck that."
I know. He's like, no, no. He's like, no, the Karumbai. I had like 7 Karumbai and 15 cav archers away from everybody. So it was so they would just charge in, but it was the cav archers that was doing a lot of the damage. He didn't notice that though. Because if you look at the Karumbai, if you look at the Karumbai and the cav archers, they kind of like at some point they just look horses.
Yep.
Except I don't lose my cav archers. That's the thing. Oh freaking! I used those cav archers and took out all his swordsmen too. Salman.
What color you guys want to get? Also, I still sent a picture of my box to you guys. I don't care. What color do you want to be? Ready, good?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
It was the recovery of my dog eating it.
Bro, all I gotta say is show telegraph that left side pretty hard.
Mm-hmm. Good thing you did the pair.
Bro, I was watching the HP too.
The repair.
But that repair was clutch.
Yeah.
I know he was irked, but he was pissed by that.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Good call out though.
You guys are not talking about my shoe repair box, are you?
No. So,
not at all.
So when Logan was hitting my
I still
Fatoria,
sent it to
I don't know if
I still sent it to General.
I don't know if you saw it, but Logan was wailing on my Fatoria, right, with a bunch of dudes. So I started repairing with like all my villagers, and it stayed constant at 200 HP until all his units died. Oh, that was too funny.
Oh shit! I got you. Fuck all that.
Double.
I know.
Team.
Just fucking.
Okay.
I know.
They're both in mid. The other two guys are on the side now.
You guys didn't go look at this box, huh? All right, fair enough.
Isn't that what they had before?
No, I think Schwib. Oh, wait a minute.
No, that was what they had
I
before.
guess they switched. Thought they switched. Okay,
Nah.
so it is the same. Yeah, it's the same.
Aztecs again?
Dang.
Vassal got gods, Logan got humans.
Ooh, Chinese, nice.
Celts. So be prepared for another infantry.
Wait,
Spam.
why don't I get extra? Why don't we get extra villagers right now?
As who?
Chinese.
You do. Just build your town center.
Oh, okay, cool.
We got Gots again
Vassal.
for them. Yeah.
I didn't see our guys. Sharky is Vikings. Double Chinese. This is gonna be interesting.
So, Soman, maybe help the team. What should they be doing?
Sharky. Oh well, no. We'll start with Dobo. Dobo, I want you skirms and halps at first,
Okay.
but later on, later into the game, you're gonna go into cav and archers.
Okay.
Sharky,
Okay.
halps and cav early, right? And you're gonna switch to archers or siege and infantry, and I'll help with that as well.
Do you need to be a scout right now, or do you just want me to go straight into?
It's scout, yes.
Okay.
The scout, it doesn't matter who you are unless you're a mesosiv.
Okay. Cool.
Make sure you guys are scouting.
Oh shit, did I queue up too? I did. Vassal already has champions out. Managed to pick off one of Logan's villagers. So they got 2 barracks up center.
Okay.
Outside.
Second TC moving forward right here.
Okay. Going for my second TC right here.
Outside.
Seems like we're scouting a lot better this game.
What? Or am I? What the hell? Okay. I have no idea why my halbs or pikes are out over here.
Sharky, how you doing over there?
Right now, I queue my second TC.
I haven't heard your voice in too long, Mister. I don't know if you want to be Goku or Vegeta, but one of us has to pick.
I always liked Vegeta.
Well,
Ah,
there you
God
go.
damn it! I don't want to be Goku. Can we go on? Can we be Trunks and Goten?
Trunks and Goku.
Going to
Future
build my
Trunks.
market.
If I get future Trunks.
Well, that's bad.
Random ass
I'll take Kid
champion.
Trunks.
It's like, bro, like,
What the-
it's like the units are just
Who's
running
like
around
that?
today.
But nay. Outside.
My market's going up.
Outside. Oh. Outside. J. Outside. Oh. But nay. Equal.
My market's up.
Outside. Outside.
Pikeman.
J. Cool. Outside. 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 Outside.
Building my third TC right here.
Let's see. With our TC, probably go.
But nay. Outside. 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 Outside.
Okay. Zack.
Oh, Blue, why you out there with these goddamn nooses in here? That's pretty racist, man. That was
You guys need to
creepy.
scout. You guys are not scouting.
Okay, fair enough.
You need to see what they're doing here.
My fault. My fault.
TC.
TC going up, and they're making a play for the resources.
Sorry, I didn't mean to joke. These nooses just scared me.
Outside.
I mean, I want to Blake Cavalry Scout, just so you guys know. I'll send them out there.
Well, no,
next
the
step,
problem
but,
is, both of you only have light cav. But you have more armor on your cavalry than he does.
I'll send them out.
You build too many houses this way. Not good.
Are you talking to me or Delta? Blue, you talking to me or Delta?
No, not you.
So you wanted to go on? Grum, do you want it gone?
Huh?
Do you want it gone?
Just make sure you have housing first.
Fair enough.
J. Oh. Outside.
They're hitting
outside,
resources
outside,
now.
Outside.
Berry bush is opened.
Outside.
Oh. How do we want to tackle this, guys?
I mean, I'm Aztecs again, so I'm running off you guys.
My focus is infantry right now, and
Sharky, I can't hear you at all, man.
yeah, right now I'm focusing infantry, and then I think someone said his focus on siege later on.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have siege rams.
You have siege rams and heavy scorps. But you gotta be careful if you go scorps. And Sharky, keep an eye on this time. Vassal building a TC on this end.
Comanche. Ach, zack, zack, ach, zack, ach, zack.
Oh. Outside. 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 Outside.
Banden. Ach, zack. Ach, zack.
Jay. Outside. Outside. But nay. Outside.
Gonna see if I can do
There's
some
a
light raiding
notification they're
on
attacking our
Vassal.
market, but I'm getting notifications they're attacking. Alright. Sharky, how you doing over there, buddy?
Oh, there's a forward building on the left,
Okay, cool. I'm doing so.
and kind of killing the boars that are on that left too.
You got Vassal and
We have
They're gonna engage.
Shoaib and
you got Logan and Vassal engaging my
Logan
forces.
Passel. Yeah, we have Logan Passel and Moonsif on the left, facing me.
Okay. Here, I got, I'm gonna hit Logan right now. He's sending scouts in. I'm chasing him.
Oh, pull back.
See if we can go and grab him a couple times. Yeah. Just trying to get me to run around and make lose units. I'm gonna start hitting teal.
Jay. But nay. Outside.
Lots of cav over here.
Alright, Logan knows that I'm coming with halberdiers, so we have to
Don't be
counter
careful.
that. He's running away with his cat right now.
Got a tower
We need troops.
going up. Why would you build that?
I do have stone for a castle. Where do you want that?
Where do you Vikings right here?
Right, see that?
Got Logan rushing to the right. Does Logan really rush him? Really? God.
No,
Whatever.
there's a blue-green combo right over
Oh,
here
okay,
doing
okay.
some, giving him some pressure.
I'm backing off.
Okay.
Alright, I have 5,000 gold. What do you want me to make?
You are Chinese, so I want you to focus on trying to get a castle.
Okay.
And get some
I gotta
chicken up.
collect stone then. Yeah.
Jay? Outside.
Okay. Comanche.
Sharky, sir, I'm stealing some of this gold from your brother.
Alright. All good.
I mean stone, not gold. Alright, once we get this, or once I get enough stone, should we start building up a little bit and trying to push on them for the floor build? Or what?
Yep.
Outside.
Alright, Sharky, you hear that? We good? We'll move up?
Yeah, again.
Okay, cool. We got orange coming in on here, guys.
Outside.
You need trebs or berserks for me?
Go a couple trebs, like 4 or 5, and then berserks.
Alright. Queue them up.
Because that's going to be really good for the Husklars.
Alright, Sharky, give me some backup right here. I'll throw a castle down.
See that?
Thank you, sir. Alright, I need it now. Yeah, okay, good. Is that teal? And then gray. Shit, Gray's getting through. Gray's getting
Oh,
through.
shit.
Thank you.
Jay?
I've queued up
Trying
on
to
the
stop
bear.
these assholes.
Outside.
Get them down.
Alright. Remember to garrison those villagers.
Yep.
Well done.
But nay.
Alright, Logan's trying to hit. I'm attacking him. I got a bunch of halberdiers right here to take out the scouts.
We do have some rams, but they have some cav up ahead, so.
Oh, we got a Major with a bunch of guys around it right here.
Let me build a
Oh man.
stable around there.
Dobo, where are you getting your stone? Because we
So
have
My
both
guys are- my
we got
guys
both
are
these piles
stashed.
open.
So those trebs
Which
are
ones?
ready
Where?
for from the right.
Okay, yeah, I started sending guys there. Yeah. They were the guys who were getting stoned started or made the castle. Now they're garrisoned in there. Alright, Logan's coming in to the right.
Jay? Outside.
Link cav.
But nay. Sakuna.
Yep, okay.
Outside.
Do see berserks.
Fuck. I have so much gold. Goddamn, gotta figure something out. Hold on.
So can you go archers?
Yeah. Well. Yeah, I can go archery range, but
They got a lot of
yeah,
kip
well,
checks
my-
right here, guys.
Well, I was trying to do the chew nose or whatever the fuck they're called. Fucking kill my castle lips now. Do I have Arbalist? I do, right? Yeah, okay. I'll go Arbalist.
I'm trying to mass the Eagle Warriors for those kip checks.
Logan's being annoying as shit this game.
Of course he is.
He hasn't been lately.
Okay, so where are the traps?
Can
Okay,
we pull a sneaky sneak? You guys in for a
Lots of
sneaky
traps.
sneak? Delta, can you
What's
go
that?
attack Logan? Can you go attack Logan?
Right
Is it
now,
face?
I'm trying to get these kip checks, man.
Oh, I do see
Yeah,
Ram, so they've shown their hand.
But I know Logan's stout. He's not going to be expecting an attack right now because he's force a bit. If you went around the right side, you would just destroy his turn in like 3 seconds.
Pulling those traps back till I get more kind of reinforcements on there.
Okay.
Okay, do need onagers on there. Shoaib has trebs on that corner, just like
Yeah,
before.
I've been telling you that. They're gonna. Looks like they're gonna try to secure this side. Sending.
Alright, well, I
trying to
got
send the
Alvarez
Eagles.
coming out now.
Get Logan's Rams. Get Logan's Rams.
Alright, you got it, Sharky, you got those? Alright, we got another ram coming in. With people in it. I'm attacking it right now.
You're doing too much of one type of unit again, Dovo.
I just made a bunch of hounds, but I'm at max pop right
Yeah,
now.
they've totally.
No, I'm talking about the archers.
They've totally
No,
flanked.
no, I know, but I'm saying I don't have any more room to make any more. I just made a bunch more units, but they can't come out. Because I'm max popped. I know what you mean, though. My bad.
Eagle. That's friendly.
Alright, Sharky, we gotta deal with these rams from orange.
Do we have? I have a stable, but yeah, just one stable.
Shit, where the fuck are my fucking halberdiers at? Damn.
Move back in that area. Queue up more trebs.
Pikes, where are the pikes?
Gotta
We're
rebuild
getting
it.
generated right now. They're starting to come out. Because
Rebuilding the barracks.
I was cock blocked by, Pop.
But nay, outside. Okay?
Oh, they just wasted an honor. They could have really fucked me up there.
Outside. But nay, outside.
Alright, Sharky, good push. Looking good, man. We're looking good. But we're not looking great, but we're looking good. Enough.
Yeah, Dodo's got that. Yeah, send some of your villagers forward to build more
Yep.
more production.
We'll do. Doing it right now. I'll throw a castle down out there so we get some crabs going.
Okay, yeah, I'll
And
get
then
you
also shoot at their villagers.
got another castle, so I'm pumping out more tribes.
Alright, let's keep these guys moving up.
Hey,
Hmm? Mm-hmm.
But nay.
Okay.
Jay? Outside. Outside. But nay.
Finish your castle.
Jay? Oh, come.
Yeah, no, yeah. Thank you. Just think I was over. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I have an onager.
Alright, orange is coming in. Orange is coming in heavy.
I have an onager.
They do too. We're gonna need it. Alright, we got blue coming in. We got blue coming in. Or teal, sorry. Teal. I'm trying to stop him with my... I don't know if it'll be enough.
Reinforcing with berserks.
Alright, I got 41 helps going in truck.
Nice. Okay, so let's see. We can, let's see if I can hit Shoaib's what's we call it, town center.
I'm gonna try and take these orders real quick.
Avengers to support. Okay. Oh shit. Is my stable still? Oh, it is. Yeah.
Wait, hold on, back him up. Wait, you're good. I got helps coming in. Well, you might need to back up for a second. They got a shit ton of Odgers coming in, but...
No, they're just, I think he's just walking them in. I have no idea why that's okay.
Alright, those guys running.
Sending in my infantry. Oh, I do have a bunch, so yeah, I can just send into the town center. So yeah, major push me and Dobo over there.
Okay, well, I'm counterattacking show right here, so.
Okay, yeah, that should be nice. Let's see. Do you need any help with my tribes there? Or
No.
if I can use them.
I got more rabbits too. I got 3 more coming in.
You
Just
have
trying to start blue right here. Let's get our teal. I think I got him. Yep. All right, teal's good. It should be.
All right, so sending the.
It took out a couple of my things, but. All right, so let's take out the Victoria.
Sending berserks over. Oh, I do have Cav I can send. Mostly. Just,
Where are these guys going?
You guys,
The crap. Those are mine. Okay, I do see.
they're roaming. Sharky.
Yep, yeah, those are mine. Okay. Okay, sending my sending my berserks in.
Hey, Show, what are you walling off, brother?
Sharky, you think we can take this Victoria? Right here? Heels?
Well, I'm taking Teals possibly.
Let's
I'm right now. I'm taking Logan's.
Oh, nice. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna shoot for Heels with my traps. I think I got them blocked with my archers. Maybe not. Max pop.
Oh yeah,
so who
I got
knows?
Logan's.
Alright, I'm shooting on Teal right now.
Get those onagers.
Shit. Yeah.
I have a
Fuck.
I have a hussars on it.
Alright, well Teal's is down.
I have on the way.
Donna just kind of fucked me, but Teal's down at least.
It's called Chan. Oh, GG.
You guys did good.
Yeah.
GG.
GG.
GG. Show, man, what happened?
That was the show. It was the show's sideshow.
Show, what happened?
The show sideshow.
What happened, Show?
Counter push.
Did you have confirmation from your team to go ahead with this play?
Oh,
You know the answer. You know the answer.
I want to hear the answer. I want to really hear the.
That's a negative.
Well, what did you earn you?
Oh, you know.
Oh, terrible pancakes.
It's all
on
over
that.
our face. I think a defeat banner got slapped all around our faces collectively.
Who's still playing? Logan's still playing?
Yeah, just real quick.
I saw like 20 onagers.
This is a
And then I just
rarity.
got pancaked. Like
Getting Logan. I have never seen Logan like stick around this long in a game. So he's obviously feeling pretty good about
Or he's
well,
very
so
angry.
Vassal
One or the
needed
other.
food, and
Yeah.
so I unfortunately did not like plan for that. So I had a lot of wood and gold when so basically I gave all my food to Vassal because the goth guy is nothing without food.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
And then so at the end of the game it was all just food or wood and gold units. So that's what I
Right.
was aiming for. But
No, which is not bad. I mean, because all your farmers technically were still giving him food. So I mean, the thing is that, I mean, you were good though, because you could do that.
it was too late. It was too. The game was already over. So that's why.
Oh no!
I'm just saying the last push right there was just because I
Uh-huh.
was like, hey, I made all these golden wood units. Let me like fight it out or like fight through
Right,
something.
right,
But it was
right,
over.
right.
Yeah.
I see. Man, could have given it to him sooner. That would have been useful.
Well, had I known, but that wasn't the game changer. I don't know.
Was it?
Shoaib did his sideshow. Like Munsif's like left side's going, and I'm like, why? And then I look, and Shoaib has this huge like army, and then dance around with siege rams. And,
Munsif needed support. He basically Munsif was defending all of Shoaib's side, right?
Hmm.
I wasn't even fully there, right? I would say in this game, once again, I feel that I did not have enough military. I don't know. I didn't stick around long enough. Does anybody still have the stats around?
I
Yeah.
can look at it.
If you could take a look at the military real quick, I have no idea.
Well,
you
check the
had
food collected.
351 units killed, 745 units lost, destroyed 2 buildings, lost 25, and largest army 49.
What
There
was
you
your
go.
food collected?
Food collected was 27,288.
And what was the?
It's
that's-
a little on the low side for a goth player.
Yeah, really low. What was the gold?
His gold was 20,939.
Yeah, so yeah, I definitely struggle to bear. Obviously, you can see from the stats, like how Simon, relative to my team, could you rank the output for armies? Like if you were to put in ranking order of largest armies built, where would you put me?
So you tried. So what I'm looking at from the stats perspective, you did not have a good enough ego. 1, and 2, I actually countered you. So you engaged me while I was countering you, which made you even less effective. You
That's
just-
fine.
you
I'm
didn't
still
recognize.
trying to look at my throughput, right? So I wanna compare.
You're
my
on the low end.
No,
Okay,
so
well,
from
yeah,
again,
for a second, for a break.
from
I'll
a
be right
mili- from units, the amount of units he made the most units. He made 750. Okay, he made 750 units. Munsif had 530 lost. Shoaib, you had 500. Logan, you had 550. So clearly, Faisal was producing units. Right? He had the most units made.
He had the most units lost. You mean? Not
Yes, he has the
made.
most
Made
units,
between the
which
kills and-
which also means he had the most units made.
Yeah.
Mathematically, yeah.
Yeah, he did. So that means his output was pretty good, unless just sending them rallied one by one somewhere and they were just dying.
That's what's
That
interesting. The
was-
largest army. Why the army was small? Like just
Like-
sending 50 at a time versus the
No, I think Simon's right. I think Simon surgically neutered me. Right? He
Well, so
countered me.
like I would come with eagles, and then he would come and fight me with Husklars, right? And then I come with Jaguar warriors. He didn't see the Jaguars, so he just died.
Mhm.
It's like fighting like a Teutonic Knight versus them. You're not gonna win.
I guess so. The one person I want to find out, especially from the defensive side, Munsif, what did you feel like happened on the defense side, on your side?
Well, initially, I was mostly engaging where Shoaib and Logan were, and tried to push with them and hold in there. But somehow, like maybe like in the mid or right after the mid, we start having pushes back from our side. Where Faisal started to call them out like one at a time, and then Logan started mentioning like I already have some barracks there, so to start to use it. The thing is, I was already popped out. I had some units there, maybe no more than 10 in my defense.
Right.
But most of my my army units were mostly on the other side of the map, so I couldn't go back to defend my corner.
You mean Shoaib's side? Shoaib's
Yeah.
side of I see.
And but luckily, and I pointed out at one point, like I said, Faisal, maybe you should take care of the D there, since I'm already in the other side. And Logan, I think he helped him more. The thing that I was supposed to do, Logan did it.
You know, I'm saying, despite all of that, there was a time where you guys were pushing, and you had a decent army to make the push. Why didn't you push properly? What happened to your Trebs? I felt like you had an army to push, but
We
you
did-
didn't have siege to.
We barely were making Travis except for me, I think.
What the shit? What?
It came with Rams that time.
All I gotta say is when I saw his Rams dancing, I forgot to remind everybody that ban freaking Shoaib from making Rams.
Logan actually had a lot of Rams in the mid. That's
Okay.
when he took stuff out, but then I think I want to notice.
Actually, I think the best, most efficient Ram hit was Munsif, and I joined him in the Ram push
Mhm.
on that one.
Right.
And we got kind of far on the Salman side of the world.
I know. That's the area I'm talking about, because literally,
However, at that junction, our fearless
I thought these three guys would take care of him, man.
You see that shit?
Oh shit!
Wow,
I wanna see when he started that.
I was
Oh my
ready
God.
for you. I was ready for you.
Well, no. At one point, that's when I stopped the Rams, and Fast was like, "Why are you stopping?" I'm like, "Cause I know what's gonna come back."
I mean, it was too late. He was too committed,
Yeah,
and we were. I mean, it was done. I mean, we were done. The point, that shit only would ever work, and it rarely ever works against Oman. You know, he said before, "Whoa, we won a game." He was making mention to a game where he pulled his shit in the past. I'm trying to remember. Salman, do you remember? He came down through. You had to
Yeah,
retaliate.
last
but-
week. Last week.
Yeah. So he was regaling of the glory of past memories.
Wow, all I know is he came in and there was this wall. There was a wall
there
in front
was.
of him.
There
Then
was like
then there was
two
the
castles,
the-
Trebs,
there's
yeah.
he's like, oh okay, you know you have the walls, I have the underjet, so I'll cut her out. So I make another wall. And then he's like, oh okay. Then I start trebbing his honor. Just like, oh you have trebs, I'll send my honor just for it. Then the castles kill his honor just. He's like, oh I'll send the trebs to the castles. Then the trebs kill his trebs. It's like, oh I have all the rams. He breaks open the wall. All the eagles rush out. And he's dead.
I just felt like you got Munsif. Let me ask you something. Did you see that army?
Yeah. I said.
Didn't you freaking tell him like, listen, Shueb, I need you here?
Well, I mean, at that point, I was but just by myself. I said, "Listen, I mean, I'm you guys. I mean, I am at your
Once I
side.
said I
And
got this shit
I'm
down.
the only
don't
one
worry.
holding there, and I just see a bunch of units the other side of the trees. They're trying to go to the other side. By
Guess
the side of
what?
the map,
You
so
weren't
I
the
said, you know,
only one who saw that.
Yeah, I should have.
We all saw that.
I should have just honored my way to Munsif, man.
Why didn't you?
Might as well.
Shit! But that's what I was gonna tell you that, but I'm just saying you had a great push, which could have turned into a complete rout, because basically we were on our back foot. I mean, I didn't really do that much, but we were generally on our back foot. And the thing is, you guys actually had the right kind of combo. You know, and what really helped at the what was really helping was paladins plus kip checks. I mean, that shit was killing, was wrecking. So all you needed was a siege, some siege. And as long as Shuaib, if you noticed, as long as you did those hits with the pallies in numbers, because Logan had the kip checks and Faisal had thrown his infantry with Munsif with the siege, I mean, literally, and by that I mean Munsif and Faisal had basically the infantry down, right? So basically, when the Rams, when Munsif, I mean, honestly, when Munsif had the Rams in, there was nothing that was taking out the Rams. Like, basically, you were destroying all the buildings.
well,
And you got to the point where you got to our resources.
Yeah, I got to the other side of the trees. But the question is, somehow the units pulled out, and only my rams were just there by themselves. So
Shit.
some of the units died, and the other ones
Right.
went backward, which I understand why. And then when I went back, and then I saw that there is a large army in the other side.
Man,
But I mean, I was supporting myself too, but my units died too. So
Right.
I was kills and I had good helps.
No, I mean,
I
you
can do
were
it
fine.
100% too. But
I thought it was great. Actually, I thought you guys had a great opportunity to actually just win it right there. Like, you could have. You literally could have.
Say I was slightly disappointed in the Double Sharky impact. I felt they were not as impactful as they were last game.
Well, part of that was your civs. You guys had them
Yeah.
countered very heavily with the civs. It was actually really tough from a civ perspective from our team.
Sure. Which I would imagine that you guys would have guided them to not lose out as bad. So that's why I'm saying that they had the benefit of, two pretty good knowledgeable guys. And so maybe like guide
Well,
them.
they were since they were countered, it would require me to step in or send some units in, and the problem with that is that then there'll be a kind of a collapse. So what I did want, but on the flip side, what I did want to see from you guys was, okay, how are you going to kind of take advantage of all this space that you got?
saw how, quote unquote, we were taking advantage. You saw the advantage.
Hey man, all I meant is someone came for a sideshow.
That's so
He,
unfortunate,
he,
man.
he, he
You
thought it would
literally
end the
had it.
game, and unfortunately he was right.
Man, that combo that you guys had was so good.
It was actually a very strong combo.
I mean, really, really good. I'm just telling you, that combo was very, very good. I mean, we literally had to muck it up and like screw it up quite a bit. But the fact that Shuaib left basically meant like, I mean, what was Logan gonna really do though? And then I know Logan, you got pulled on the other side because Salman was trying to hit the other side, so you kind of moved your kip checks. But here's the thing, it doesn't matter. Your army was mobile, so it's not like you know, it wasn't that you weren't impactful. I just thought that Fassel, like you guys, when you guys were working together, oh my god, like that. Because and by the way, yes, because we had two civs that got heavily countered by you guys, it made it hard. It did kind of make it really hard. Like there wasn't anything we could do. I mean, between Munsif and Fassel, you guys could have just, you know, walked over. Like, and you got noticed that on a 2v2, even with resources, you guys were kind of like walking over.
Yeah, no, I knew that Saman was then alternating the hits, right? He alternated on the other
Right.
side to, you know, mitigate the area that.
Yeah.
And I understood. Anytime I see Saman hit a different side, lets me know that I'm doing something solid on one side.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and we were holding him back. It's not like there were significant gains there. I don't think he.
Well, the thing is, you never understood the true objective of that, which was accomplished.
Well, which was just to mitigate the
No. It was actually to kill Logan's kip checks.
Right.
You see,
The Eagles were sent directly for the kip checks to take the kip checks out of the death ball equation.
the Jaguar Warriors and the Rams went solo, and when the kip checks came, that's when all the Eagles came. And you were already countered because the Jaguar Warriors killed all your infantry, so you had to, you know, send something. And the most efficient would be the kip checks, and he's the only one responding. And I noticed that the 2 times prior, so I masked the Eagles. I waited for Logan to come, and that I killed the kip checks, and that killed your momentum right there. Because not only did he got pulled off, your critical unit died.
Yeah. Okay. And you know, and like I say, guys, you know, what it really comes down to, which I guess this is nice, is it really comes down to a contest of who can understand counters better. Which, you know, I think that vastly underplays the Civ advantage.
Well, I'm saying that he wouldn't be able to do that if Shoaib never left. The pressure is too great.
The problem is that unfortunately I was more concerned about Munsif not having a footprint. It was actually Shoaib who had 0 footprint on the right side, or actually.
Yeah, Paladins would have just been fine.
Right.
I mean, that's the mobile army, right? Like,
Yeah.
So
the fact
that was very unfortunate. That the one thing that I was really worried about, because I think Munsif is a very solid player once he's allowed to, like,
Once his engine's revved and going.
Right.
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
what I didn't like about the last game is I felt he was too quadrant or isolated in that one quadrant. I don't think that's a winning formula ever, right? Not with Munsif, right? So while I really was pushing hard for Munsif to establish, and look at the formula, because actually it was Munsif who single-handedly was holding Shoaib's side. He was single-handedly. You guys had countered me, you deviated me, but it was Munsif who solidly was holding that one side. So I would definitely say that Munsif was 100% solid.
And no one reminded me I bomber towers, man. Shit.
What did that matter, bro? I had traps.
No, not towards the end. I'm saying even in the mid of the map and shit. I could have built so many. I had so much stone.
Yeah, but you had all these shenanigans in your head. They were occupying too much of your brain space there. So nothing else.
You also remember, let's do 2 markets too. 2 markets instead of 1.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at Shoaib.
We'll put 1 market in Logan's base because there's no space, man.
started making a house wall after just one market each. I'm like, dude, why are you crippling yourself like that? Even once Logan was like, it was too late. I'm like, no, fuck that. You should have just deleted that house wall. But I had to say that to Shoaib. Of all the people,
Yeah, he wants more gold. I know exactly. I made
Oh,
4 markets. The
shit.
last 2 games, I made 4 markets.
Now we're used to using our goals smartly, so we don't need that much.
you know what he said was, and that's exactly what he said. We're just gonna dominate the mid and grab all that shit. So this market shit ain't gonna matter. Look at him, his laughing.
Amen. How'd that sideshow go for you?
Oh my god, man. I'm just saying that actually you had such a great window to get together and actually make a push. And the funny thing is, you actually experienced the win. Meaning, you pushed, gained territory, and you didn't just gain a little bit of territory. You gained a lot of territory, and then just squandered it. Like, that's the shitty part, unfortunately. I just don't know why that is. Like, you get a win, and then you don't do anything with it, and it's kind of like, damn, like,
So-
why?
Why? Because we wouldn't be having this fun conversation.
I'm just surprised because Munsif had to do the defense, and he's usually like, you remember last game, Munsif, you were saying, hey, I got the units here, why are the army just standing around? I thought if anybody, Munsif would have been like, Shoaib, move your shit.
This time I was just by myself. That's why I didn't have another unit.
So Munsif definitely can hold his ground, and actually, the game would have been over a lot longer, much sooner if he had not stepped up. So I think, to me, Munsif was the MVP of this
Oh
match.
shit! Oh, and the African got a medal, man. Well, the dude he was Celts, right? I
Yep.
mean, that's his civ, man. He likes Berbers and he likes Celts.
Monza was so good, we'll switch him up with Horm next Saturday.
Hey, I didn't do that much. Most of it, like this time, I didn't do I wasn't pushing.
Oh, no, the last 2 games were really nice, really nice.
You liked it?
They came like I don't know, it's the balance or there was more engagement or I don't know. It was more action fun. It wasn't.
It was Goku and Vegeta. That was the main thing.
Yeah. We're
One thing I do want to point out, Fassel, I know you love your towers, but gods do not build towers.
Yeah, don't do that.
It is
the
a waste of stone.
Yeah, you've wasted stone. Like, no point. Just work on your town center, make more eco. Like if you don't know anything, make eco.
Good pointer there.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. I mean, it was like just a
I actually went out of my way to destroy your watchtower with pikemen to tell you, do not do this.
Yeah, I was just buying some time, man. But I hear you.
If only the dude with the bombard tower came in and actually built the tower on your side. Because you're Goths, right? You don't get towers, so he builds a tower for you.
Blindsided. Here's the thing about Shoaib, the guy, he's the guy.
Man, come on, Fassel. You done it so many times. You the bomber tower.
This guy, let me just tell you something about this guy. He's the guy that goes. He's the guy that goes into a jail and starts fighting first. Basically, he starts talking and like, all right, guys, we're gonna do this, but actually, he's doing all the fucking gaps. He's making all.
Hey man, to my credit, I was kind of getting the team ready for mid early on. I'm like, hey, let's build this, We have momentum compared to the last game.
You have no idea. I had a tick when I saw your Rams. I'm looking for that. I made a special gift for you.
A dance party.
Special gift. I'm going to pull that shit out and I'm gonna post it. I made it specially for this purpose because you have annoyed me so much with those Rams, dude. And I'm looking at them and that shit is like, dude, what are you doing? Why?
Well, the Rams are expected to like be able to flow through, man, but bringing some on the wall and the damn forest too. I'm like, shit.
When it dawns upon him that he wants to pull back the rams, which is why they're dancing, at the very last second, right? And I'm asking why? Why are you pulling back now? It's not like the outcome has changed. The outcome was done the moment you decided you're gonna do this shit. It's like, why are you stopping this? This is the game ender right here.
Hey man, he can't.
Logan saw that shit, and it's like, even it dawned upon Logan we were done. When he saw that shit, it was like, yeah, this is what happens. This is that moment in Braveheart when those guys, from the back, they turn the cavalry around and leave. And they're in the middle.
Shit.
Shuey pulled his shit on us, dude. That's all I gotta say, dude.
By the way, I thought you guys were gonna talk to that dude and be like, "Hey, man, none of that sideshow shit."
He said that shit. It didn't matter, man. The guy goes off, dude. He's like, "You got it."
Dude, if you just cut through that wood with that army and went towards
Munsif.
not towards Moonsiv, no, down towards Sharky's, like Siege Workshop and stuff.
Yeah, but that's what I meant. The side instead of.
It would, none of that shit would have mattered.
Right.
Saman was wise on him. And I've been on the other side, and so Saman is wise on him.
Sharky sniped that Siege Workshop.
Usually when I'm on Saman's side, there's a lot of giggling that starts happening.
When that happens.
That way. Okay? There's a whole lot of giggling, and I usually join in. Let's just put it that way.
Man, it was very unfortunate because I really loved the combo that you did, and Shuaib, I love the output of the army you had, so that was pretty awesome to see. So it's just that.
Even can't halt.
Yeah, damn it, that sucks.
I'm making paladins. He said that, and it's just like.
Oh, did he? Okay. Well, he had a ton.
He pulled back. And
Yeah, like
did his sideshow.
He's Braveheart. He pulled that Braveheart.
Shit!
I think what happened is we were communicating too much, and I was like, this is not right.
One thing I gotta say though is when right side got weak because Fassel, next time don't pile on houses there. I just realized you made a second wall behind, so you already had the double row. You made another 2 row right off of it. So when I was saying Moonsif go help, I'm realizing wait, there's no way. He's got to go through 4 rows of houses. And those are ours.
So one of the things I'm still I think weak on is figuring out a good build defense structure. I think Hodam is really good, and I think even Salmon's pretty good on calling that shit out. Like, I think they were calling out Dobo last game or something like that. The positioning of one of his castles was bad. Point being, and then Dobo was able to acknowledge that. Unfortunately, I did not. There's something I haven't figured out correctly.
Well, we still had, it was the layer issue. We still had the front of it. So once we lose that front, like my barracks, your Archer Ranger barracks, and then two of Moonsif's, once we lose that, there's nothing after it. So the layer, there's no way to support those at all. Once they're gone, they're gone. So we got to go all the way around the map. So yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I can tell you that the thought process there is that if Solomon is trying to send a bunch of rams and whatever, yeah, they'll get through, but give us enough time to respond, maybe. And it's cheap to make to the start of the game, right? So it's like an early investment on defense, right? I'm not saying that it's the right move. I'm not saying I have it right.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking instead of the double, you kill those houses, build the barracks, and build the houses behind. Like the wall did its job, like you said, and then time to move on. That's kind of So actually, when somehow destroyed them, I actually smiled. I was like, "Yay, we can get through." So yeah, but it was already.
No, I thought everyone did. Dobo, I guess, and Sharky, from your perspective, how did you feel the first half of the game went, and then the second half of the game. Like, how did you feel? Like, because you guys were working together actually quite a bit.
I think that me and Sharky are seriously Goku and Vegeta. I mean, that's not that for us. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like I said, we're frenemies. You know, I felt like we did good. You know, we had some struggles as always. There's a little bit of issue, but that's like any battle that Goku and Vegeta have. You're gonna have some issues, and then we worked it out. We kind of worked through it. Got everything together by the end of the game. Making good pushes. I think at the beginning we weren't communicating as much as we should have, but we started to eventually. And then we went through it. I mean, it was a solid game.
Turkey.
In my opinion, for us.
Yeah, I know there was that kind of a setback when we were pushed back on the left, and I think we kind of recovered from that. Basically, kind of coordinating our kind of combined forces on that front.
Yeah, but remember, Dobo was asking you to talk more early because he needed to know what you were doing. Like, that is so critical so that you guys can actually work together early. So if he knows what you're doing, then he'll know like what he's doing and how to help you and support you, while you know how to help and support him. Because when you did have the resources and you guys were working together, like remember how you guys were making those pushes and protecting the trebs and everything? Like that can happen at a smaller scale, but at the early game too. So the talking is the easiest thing to do early game, so that everybody knows what everyone's kind of up to. And I like the fact that Dobo was instigating it too, by the way. Dobo was more chatty, so it forced kind of Sharky to talk a bit more. So that was good.
You guys have done some chatty
No, but overall, I thought everyone kind of did good. So I guess collectively, how do you guys feel of the balance of the games then?
I thought this was more fun. Like, I felt like this was a lot more competitive. Like, where we, and it didn't feel like.
So you guys like me playing a more of a support role? Because that's what I was doing the past 2 games.
I mean, it felt like it was very, like, easy. Like, I felt like everyone had a shot.
I like it.
Battle it out and shit.
Yeah, because you can go watch the recording. I'm like, okay, guys, like, we're going to move on you guys. Like, you guys are calling the shots.
Yes, so they were.
Yeah, I thought that was good, and I think that's good learning, really, for, like, me and Sharky. I don't think that we get that on the other team, I guess, because, when you have, like, a bunch of hitters, and, we're just,
Well, Munsif was saying that this was like probably the last 2 games seemed to be the better games for the evening then, Munsif?
Yeah. I mean, they were more engaged than at least from my perspective.
So in the earlier games, you didn't feel like you were engaged?
Not as much as last time.
Yeah, so I have a theory, and Saman, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but when Fassel's on your side, I feel like you just said you took a more support role, so maybe it's different, but I feel like Saman's more, not risky, but he's more aggressive because he knows he has Fassel to cover him, and whereas this, it's like he's got to rely on Dobo and Sharky, so if Saman gets, like, not countered, but, like, hit back, then he can't really fall back on anything, whereas Fassel, he can support him.
So, one of the things I've noticed, actually, is Fassel has he's played enough where he's developed his own sense of initiative and opportunity, and he'll hit you. So when you guys are like 3v1ing me, or like 3v1.5ing me and Fassel, right? He'll hit you on the other side too. You see what I'm saying? And that's
Are you talking about there early, or what do you?
No, like mid to late game. He will start hitting you from a second side, and then it'll just start kind of going from there.
Okay, because to me, the reason why I bring that theory up is that the first 3 games or whatever, where we were getting absolutely wrecked, my beginning game just got torched because you're hitting me aggressively, and I can't really like get at anything, and because of that, I can't vocalize because I can't even get my shit together, and so then my team's just like a wreck. Whereas these games with Fassel, that's not happening. So then I'm able to talk and communicate, and so then our games are a lot better. So it could be, I mean, like you said, but it's the early game. Like it's literally the early game.
Yeah.
Once
I
we
think
get
that's
established,
two-sided too.
Just
I think that's
one,
two-sided
one,
though, too,
one,
because
one quick point.
Yeah.
I'm watching this replay. Fassel, I know why you were struggling. And
Okay.
unfortunately, you did not build enough houses.
Okay.
We are at for 36 minutes in the game. You're at 120 pop cap. You don't have enough houses.
I'm sure there must have been a reason for that, and it's probably not for not wanting to.
It's probably.
But
I think it was
something-
because of the pressure we put
Right.
on you.
You know.
But I'm just saying that was an issue. That was a factor.
Okay.
Because I was just like going through the replay, so figured I'd let you know.
and that's when he did his double wall, like with houses.
That's when. Yeah,
he
that's when he
made
did like triple,
Yeah.
quadruple.
quadruple. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I'm
But
seeing
so
that right
that's
now.
that's kind of my thing, is that I feel like when I don't have an early game, when I'm getting like, because even Fassel joined in, like his scout would come in, but it was mostly you, Saman. Like I can't do anything, and then because of my teammates, I told Fassel this, I don't blame them because I don't think they're at this level, but they need to put pressure on you, Saman. They're not doing that. So you basically are free to just, no one's gonna harass you, so you're able to just micro and like take my shit out while I'm like, like what the heck. And then, like I said, I cannot communicate with my teammates because I can't get my shit together, and then we're all just set behind. So it's like, it's great what you're doing, Saman, and I need to get better at that. But I feel like the games with Fassel, that doesn't happen. Maybe because you said you took a support role, but I don't know. Maybe it's because of Fassel's on our team, or it's just like you said, you wanted to chill out the last two games. But I think that's the big thing. Early game, if I'm not there, it's the team's just the disarray. Yeah. Why are you so far away? A little bit.
You gotta shake that. You gotta jiggle that thing, dude.
I know.
There, you sound good now.
Okay, I just jiggled it. I just jiggled it. I think the bigger, not the bigger,
Oh man, that hurts.
Huh?
Sorry, I'm just watching that replay. I'm just watching Fassel's housing.
Okay.
It's like when he
No,
gets
I
it
think
up, the Rams come in and knock him back down.
Shit.
And I think a big thing too about Logic Games is the range shorter usually kind of just like a support role. They kind of let us just take the lead and be like, you guys figure it out. Like, pretty much, tell us what you want us to do, and we'll do it. Which made, I think, a lot more competitive because, then it's just a whole different game, right? I mean, at the end of the day. And I think that helps me and Sharky learn a shit ton on like what we need to do, how we need to do it, and it makes it, more competitive. And I think that if we Sharky on the other side, doesn't happen because we're just doing football. Whereas in this instance, it was like, alright, you guys tell us what you want us to do. You take mid, and you run it, and tell us what you need.
Yeah, no, but
I would say that, he wasn't attacking and going crazy, because he was like, tell me what you want. Like, tell us what you need me to do. And
that's cool. Makes sense.
if he wasn't rushing, it's because we weren't playing for that.
I think it might help to, I don't know, Logan definitely sounded he was more spirited, honestly. I felt like he was more engaged in the game with it. I think I don't know about anything else, Logan, but one theory I have is that, if you go through a series of games where you feel like, and if you've done too much or you're not getting enough support, you mentally resign, right? Like maybe 3 games in, right? And then it just carries forward. I think if you get the right support, and I think that's what it is. I'm not necessarily
Well,
sure.
this game was, I think, different because, like Saman just said, you were hit hard. I mean, in terms of your houses and stuff, which I'm like, when I watched the replay, I was just like, geez, like, it's because we didn't make those callouts. Like, we should be at, like, going for your population. The fact that you're the lowest one at that time is shit. We should have been calling it. So, it's my
That's
bad.
okay, but I didn't resign, right? I just made a quadruple house wall to mitigate that. But my point being that, look, so one of the things with Salman and I is like, there's definitely not a rollover mentality, right? Just even if the shit's bad, there's an opportunity to want to do shit, and then see where that goes. So
Yeah, but if
it's
you
fair.
watch this game versus the other games, or and the previous one too was a good one. Is that the begin game we're able to set up, and I'm able to communicate with the team. When I'm set behind, when I can't get anywhere, no one else jumps up and takes the lead. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
we're so basically we're just no one's the first game we played. Everyone was really conservative. You guys called it. Why? The only person who was getting hit, and I think actually whoever was next to me, Moonsif might have been, he was getting hit too. Why are the other people are just still conservative? It's like so. And one game I was Turks. Shoaib did come with a couple halbs. I appreciate that, but that was it. And so I think the second or third game I called for. I need two, or maybe it was that game. I called for two barracks in front of me. It's almost like they didn't realize that we need this line. And
Yeah.
I think that I'm telling them, hey, I need a barracks right here. Munsif's like,
Yeah.
where? And I even had a scout go around, dance around, and say, right here, spearman. I had a
Yeah.
spearman that was dancing around. Like, I need one where the spearman is. And I don't blame that. It's the thing that it's like no one takes the initiative when I can't communicate
right.
all that.
You
So,
are right. You're
I
right.
think
You're
so.
you're
They're
right
just
on
kind of
that.
just sitting back and being like, "All right, got to work on my shit," which is it's still. I want them to work on eco, which is great.
Yeah.
So focus on that. But that's the thing. So once I'm set behind, it's hard to like come back, and we already lost all that gain. We lost all those resources. Like it's unfortunate that we couldn't do the first map with you, Fassel. But I hope maybe next weekend, because I don't think it's the map. I honestly I think it's just because of that. Like Saman's great at early game, right? In terms of hitting me, because to me I feel like he's like I said, Saman, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like because you have Fassel, you it's almost like you're covered, and you know that Shoaib and Munsif or Sharky is not going to come in and give you pressure. Like I try to do that one game, but I'm already set behind. Like it's dumb for me to do that. Like my teammates need to do that, but I think it's not. I shouldn't expect that from them because they need to focus on their eco still. We're not at that level to all be like, oh, I got to cover his ass, and like go and hit the guy that's hitting my teammate. So I think that's kind of where I'm at in terms of understanding this, because when you took that support role and only you did pressure, but not as much as the previous games, and because of that, our games are way better. So yeah, but geez, I need to get better at defending that early. But still, it's the teammates need to put pressure on you.
How does someone react to that?
I mean, I don't know if you've seen it, Logan, because like you're saying, I have been pressured, which is admittedly true. I can't micro as much if I am being pressured, but I'm also prepared to get hit. I don't know.
But
if
are
you've
you
seen
getting
that.
hit though? That's the thing.
I'm not.
I think it's just
I'm not. I
Yeah.
agree with your point that I wouldn't be able to do as much damage because I don't think any of the other guys have felt the sheer amount of damage I have done to you specifically. Because I know, like, okay, you are the key player. If I set you back, the team gets set back. So there's that one thing, and the other thing is like some of these guys can't handle it. I know eventually you're gonna get back on your feet anyway. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, imagine if I did that to Dobo, bro, he's gone.
Yeah. I'm not saying to stop doing that. I'm just saying I think the games are better when you don't do that. So yeah.
No, that was good. I mean, I thought, like I said, the good news is that because of the way we've been playing, I don't know if you noticed that even with the gold now, we're not getting stalled games really.
Yeah, unless a certain someone just goes off on the sideshow.
Shit.
But hey, no, that was he basically let you guys come in then. So and then that's what happened. My castle
He knew,
went down.
he
I
knew.
couldn't make kipchaks, and
He
then
knew. He knew, dude.
it
He
went down.
knew. The whole thing about, but the point that bothered me was that, okay, he knew at the end, and I knew the other team knew way before. You know what I mean? It's like By the time this guy showed up with his Rams out there, and we all saw, and I'm like, dude, just don't hold back. So the point was that I wanted him to just freaking end it. You know what I mean? Just kind of like just pull the damn trigger. You already did. You put the gun on our heads anyway. You might as well pull the damn trigger now because we're done. We're finished because you were not in mid. We lost because he was never in mid. That it wasn't because he decided to hold or decided to wait. Point is, he had this huge standing army, and he never committed it, and he wanted to commit it to his sideshow, and he was waiting for us to do all the heavy lifting. And essentially what Salman was saying, right? So in some way he was trying to maneuver one of Salman's things when Salman said he alternated over to me on the other side to, wipe out your kip checks, but also to create this, distraction or whatever, to create the relief from mid. In his mind, he was pulling the same move. let me just say that in his mind, that was the same move. It's that we've seen the outcome of that shit. I don't know what to tell you. It's just shit. It's just shit. He does this shit all the time, and I don't know how to get him to stop. That's the worst part. I think all of us saw that happen, and it's like,
This is the way to do it. You put him in. Don't put him in the pocket ever. Put him in mid up front.
Right.
And then he has no choice.
But
I mean, literally, he has no
I
choice.
knew you put Show in the pocket every time. I knew it was gonna happen one time. I knew it was gonna happen. I was just waiting for it.
Specifically said I made it so clear that the game will not be, we will not pull any sideshows, we will try to win mid. I don't care if it's a stalemate. The whole point of learning these games is to figure out how to create a death ball and counter death balls. That's the whole damn point of death matches. I'm there to help with that piece. We're not looking for like weaseling a win here. That's not the point. You know what I mean? Because Salman, you're awesome at that. Then you do it. You know what I'm saying? Which, by the way, you have in retaliation before, right? And it's kind of like, well, where's the fun in that? You know what I mean? So I think the real fun is that yes, there is a little more pressure, but that's okay. Let's bring it. Let's try to fight in mid. That's what I want. Let's deny.
I mean, I do see where Show is coming from. Like, you can't forget about the sides. It's a full map. It's not just, center either. But bro, there's some scouting that needs to happen before you do that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? You need to know what's going on. So when I hit Vassal, for example, right? I can see what he has. When you hit me, what did you see, Show?
He left, right? But I'll tell you this. Let me just tell you the significant lag in between Show scouting and his implementation or execution of strategy. Do you remember this, Logan? He said maybe in the 20-minute mark, guys. Saman, this is pretty like there's pretty much nothing here. So, and then the trailing off. So.
Oh,
Dot,
remember that.
Dot. Guys, Saman's pretty weak on the weak side here, guys. So he starts off with this shit, and then he ends it with a so, and we're fighting in the mid, and suddenly Shoaib is not really there, and we're like, and then even. Logan saying, where's the goddamn cavalry? Like, send the cavalry. Who's responsible for the cavalry? And then Shoaib will usually come in after the fact when people are griping about somebody not taking responsibility for their particular role. He'll start cranking shit out, but in very small numbers. And you know why this is all happening? Because this nig is gotten all this shit aggregated in the side. And apparently that's a pattern. It's a pattern with him. He starts accruing things and he stashes them on the side. This is worrisome, and it's not the first game. I've seen plenty of times when even today, Salman, I think in the first few games, there were a few times you did a scouting call out, then there's a significant build up here. There's a significant build up.
Bro, I'm like, yo, show, why are there Rams here? Like, I'm already pushing you. I know these Rams are here for some sideshow you were planning 15 minutes from now.
That's exactly right, dude. And so he's done it before in the early games where they got wiped. And it's a static thing with him. And so this has got to stop. And I don't know, Logan. So I don't know if you're glomming or catching on to what we're talking about here, but it's exactly what Salman said, right? So 15 minutes into the game, this guy's already planning on, hoarding and stashing siege and stuff. And when you guys look at it, you're thinking, oh, this is great. We're going to be, getting awesome support when we get ready to go hot and heavy on these guys, right?
Should we still listen to it?
You know what I'm saying? But guess what? That's not really what's going on. You know what I mean? It's like, so with Show, you guys have had always success when Logan, he brings everything and throws his lot in with everybody in the entire team. That's when you've had wins, right? The two times we've almost never had wins, but for some reason he rebutted me. He said, no, last week I pulled this shit off and I won. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, but are we still talking about Salman here? Because he will never let that happen again. You know what I'm saying? With Salman, it's not fool me twice. You know what I'm saying? But the guy was like, no, I got a wreath. I got a freaking trophy.
Hey
from
man,
last week.
all I know is I gave him his lesson tonight.
Sure did.
I don't know, man. I think it's like I said, just put him in that mid
Right in the
area.
center, yeah.
Yeah, and then he can't
You're gonna
see
have to do that.
shit.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
he's still gonna do it, but I'm just saying I gave him a lesson. Whether he listens to it or not, that's up to him.
Let's just say it's not as convenient for him.
I'm gonna. We had to talk about buildings. I'm gonna build all the buildings in the sides. You can't build shit on the sides. And then he's gonna be forced to build in the middle. And if he tries to send units over, he won't be able to.
Yeah, because bro, this has been a pattern for like what, 2-3 months now.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know why he does that. I think he gets like this thrill out of it. Like this thrill, like, hey guys,
The covert ops is going. I got this. I got this.
I feel like, so what are this, to me, so I did it with the Goths on the right, but not to that extent, and the idea was I could produce units, like, multiple areas, because they're, like, barracks are so fast, so I'm just gonna pump out units here, pump out there, and just start causing chaos.
Here's the thing, the problem is we can see you do it.
But you didn't know when.
No, we
No, I can see exactly when you're building all those
But I just left them in the barracks for so long, though.
But the flags still pop up. You know.
Oh yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, but you don't know when I'm gonna release them, so you could be looking somewhere else and realize, oh shit.
Again, we know because you have to get rid of the forest.
Yep.
Well, I didn't make too many though, but yeah, I mean that's obviously that. But
what
still,
what I'm saying is that the moment, say for example, you did that, right? And I already know a long time ago, you're gonna that's what you're doing. I basically come in, and I know you're goths, bro. Like, you're so disadvantaged. So basically, I just literally roll in with like Ellie's archers and shit, and just like wreck you. Like, there's nothing you can do. Honestly, because of the Civ difference, you were against Burmese, and Burmese would trash you in that late game battle. So the thing is, like, there's nothing you can do. But all I'm saying is, that's not the point. The point wasn't that. It's just that in that particular instance, you weren't hurt. meaning I chose not to hit you, right? And I just wanted to see where this game would go, and whatever. Like, unfortunately, because of like the way that game went, because you weren't in mid. So it's ironic you brought that up, because if you had actually when remember that Munsif with Munsif when you had the what the hell, man, when he had
Camels?
the camels. That's where if your forces were in mid with the onagers, it would have been hell, because nobody can touch those onagers with all your infantry there. Like, just nobody. I mean, none.
I mean, I had a force. That's the thing. I think was that game. Which game I had like the largest army? I mean, I built a lot of. I was in mid and on the right. Like, I only had 30 Huskarls on the right. I didn't go full.
All
Like, it
I'm
wasn't
saying,
100.
yeah, but all I'm saying is that if you had enough decent numbers, right, you could have made this huge impact in mid. That would have made it so devastating that it would have been we would have been completely in the back foot in mid, and you would have had access to new resources, basically taken all our resources too. But it never happened, and that was again like it was kind of like the side thing that
So
really
not only did
screwed it
you
up.
pull out, Show pulled out too.
Yeah, and then Shoei pulled out too, so it was like, oh shit. Like, Munsif got the short end of the stick in both games, unfortunately. Some of it his own doing, some of it he was trying to figure out like how to do it, and he's kind of inexperienced. But overall, I mean, it wasn't until Munsif built the camels anyway that you guys were able to make some serious gains, actually. So it's really about identifying when you guys get the gains, and then you're like, okay, what do we do? Like, what did we do to win, to get the gains, and then how do we hold these gains, or how do we continue the momentum? Like, that was pretty important. And to be fair to Shoaib made some trebs, and you don't always need all trebs. I mean, you can strategically build bombard cannons or rams or whatever, but at the end of the day, the siege was missing, onagers died, and then it just kind of got screwed up, like, overall. I mean, listen, if you want to learn, if you want a lesson on in next time you try to do that, or anybody tries to do especially coming from my side, the other side, I mean, I can like teach you like what that looks like, especially in the heat of the battle when then you try to do it on the sides. Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna run to bed.
All right, man.
That's
Still
all good,
great
man.
games, by the way. Well played.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
good job, dude.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
dude.
Yep.
Appreciate it. It's fun. It's fun one. Fun week. Alright guys, you have a good night.
Alright, take care, man.
Talk to
Good
you
night,
guys
man.
Next week. Alright, later guys.
But whatever. Like, that's still not like the biggest thing. The more important thing was that when you have an advantage, you don't lose the advantage. Because the moment you go on a side thing where you're not committed, like you said, I mean, when you have so much pop, and then you're not able to take advantage in a place where you've got an advantage, then it's kind of like you self-neuter yourself. It's like you have an advantage, but then you kind of give it away, and then it's kind of like, oh, okay, now we're not getting overwhelmed, or now we're not getting like, there's from being able to kind of defend to then fully defend, versus you know you kind of like reduce the pressure a bit. But again, I in that game, I don't think it was just a you thing either. You were just like one element of it, but the fact that Shuaib left, shit, Munsif and Faisal kind of got like screwed, which basically they were the key to your win. Faisal and Munsif were like the keys to your win, and you guys were just gonna support them. So it's just kind of weird, like that happened. But I don't know. Lessons learned.
I thought it was
I
an
hope-
interesting dynamic because ordinarily it's usually the team counts on Logan and Shoaib to lead them to a win, if ever.
Well, that's when I noticed. I'm like, where's Shoaib? And then I look at his base, and I'm like, oh, what's this army?
Bro, I cannot wait to hear that in your stream.
Didn't you tell him, like, dude, send us an army?
I wanted here. It should be. I just stopped it. So I wanted. What did I respond with? Because I was just like, oh, it's a sideshow.
Right. Yep.
Hey man, the sideshow ended the game.
It sure did.
Man, that was
Straight up nickname.
And then I'm telling him stop balling up because his Rams. He just and it's like they all go to the same wall, and it's like you do realize there's Trebs that are just like aiming at the same one, and they can just take them all.
When I saw the Rams and they were dancing, a part of me just said, "You know what? Just no, send through. Go ahead." And he was the one. No, but if I will.
No, at that
like,
point
no,
it didn't
no.
matter. At that point,
Of
you're
course
right.
it
It
didn't
didn't matter. Like the only thing he had left was Rams.
All I knew was that he was at your mercy at that point because
He's
with what you
called
had
it.
there.
Dude, at 3:38, 3 hours 38, he said, "I'm going left, guys," and I didn't move. I'm thinking he's on left side of mid.
Right. Yeah, that's what I thought. Where Munsif needed support, where we were making gains. But
Damn.
And then I'm like Treb middle, and
He
Vassal
meant
just said they
he
took all my
meant his
building.
left. Shit. I ain't gonna lie, man. That kind of sucks.
get us in, dude.
What's the sideshow, man? What? That's a 339.
Well, all I know is he got wrecked.
Of course he got wrecked. The worst part is, okay, maybe the best part is he knew at the very end that he was gonna get wrecked. Actually, when he saw the sheer number of your forces, his Rams were dancing, and I'm like, and I looked at that shit, and you have no idea. It gives me heartburn, right? So I looked at that shit. I'm like, so what's going on with your Rams right now? He's like, well, they're getting hit a bit, and I think if they go through, I'll be in trouble. There's gonna be blowback. I'm like, no. You need to go through right now because GG. Actually, when I saw what Salman had there, I basically, it was a cat toying with a mouse at that point. So, because even if I'll tell you this much. At that point, if even if
Yeah, they got
he
frustrated.
pulled back, even if he pulled back and joined in mid, Salman had sufficient forces to just repeat the same move he did. He could have just done it sooner. I saw that shit. I'm like, thanks a lot, Shoaib. I mean, basically, you woke the sleeping giant. You know, the one thing you don't want to freaking do, you did. And so the dance of the Rams, that's the best part.
Damn.
Yeah. I don't know what to say about that.
I am though low key really surprised though, because I thought because Logan's pretty active looking around, and usually he'll say what the f is with these forces.
I was helping
standing over
Vaxel. I was like, build some barracks right here, and then we need to get this Treb. And so I'm like focused on mid.
Right. It was weird then that Munsif didn't say anything then.
Right. Well, yeah, and then I did make a comment that I was like, maybe because Fassel's on my team, I'm more compelled to say something. But when we're already down at 7, let's see what Shoaib can do, and maybe that's why I was kind of. But I thought we were over that, but clearly we're not.
No. Well, he pulled that shit.
He's got to stop, yeah, because mid actually looked pretty good. I mean, he did send in. He was like, "I'm gonna get these Trebs in the back," and obviously just got obliterated. I think Sharky and Dobo had a lot of pikes to take out the Paladins, but yeah,
Well,
it was rough.
the second he started his maneuver, I pulled out a mid. I built up, and flew over right out.
It was a good timing because that's when I think Fassel was. I was telling him build here because you didn't have any guys there, and I was like 4 barracks right here, and then I'm trying to look at where because you just blew a hole and with where I smiled where all the houses were done, so I'm like, okay, this is good, but then
Yeah, part of the reason I did that was just to kill Pop. It's like, oh, sure, it's coming. Let's go. I need Pop. Let's go.
I wish
Good,
I was
dude.
on your side for that moment, Salman. You have no idea how much I want to be on your side. But a part of me was like,
It just backfired so bad.
Well, dude, I mean, You have no idea. You just have no idea. I was so annoyed, dude.
I gotta say,
I'm so
Munsif
annoyed.
responded very well today to
Yeah.
like, what was it? So Chuaib, you or Saman, you left a bunch of skirmishers like all balled up, and I was like, Munsif, go attack them, because I don't know, for some reason he thinks that skirmishers are like the counter to pikemen. Like, yes, you can use them, but it's like once you get in melee range, they do fine against skirmishers. You chop them up, and because like both my cavalry and his skirmishers or his pikemen would totally take him out, and that's what it did. So he responded well, but it was like it was a little hesitant on that, but it was good that he like, because usually he says like, oh, I can't view multiple areas. So it was nice that I saw that reaction from him, so that was good. But
I think with Munsa for sure. I think it's you needed to. I think I'll tell you what the difference is. More so than being at someone's mercy, right? I think it's just getting good support, right? So, for example, when Munsa was a church player, I sent a bunch of like fairly significant number of pikemen to defend him, right? And so he takes note of that, right? And so he wants to reciprocate too. So he's a good neighbor that way, right? And so that's the neighborly thing, right? So I think the thing is you have to provoke good neighborly things. It is difficult if you want to expect them.
I think a good example of that was when Shuaib was Huns tonight, and he came at Fassel. I sent my house. It's like, okay.
Yep.
I mean, this is what I made them for.
and
then I just plopped him in
so
where
I
his
called him
villages
to
were.
do that, but I don't understand why. So what did it? He started making the stables, and then he started making the town center, and then he waits for one to queue, or one. So he queues up a couple, whatever, how many, and then he doesn't send it right away. And so I'm like, by the time that those three couple scouts got there, you guys were already walled. It was like no difference. Like you have to, if you're gonna do something like that, you got to go right away. And I even pointed that out. You're watching the stream. I said, why are you waiting? Go. Like you just created one before I even have my town center up. Like go. And it took too long, because that's what happened with Sharky, where he waited. He had 3 by the time, and like my town center's up, so theirs are probably up. Like you got to go right away if you're going to do something like that. Now I like the pressure though. I said like keep it up, but I don't know. And then it put him too far behind, so I guess that's kind of out of the question now. But it just took too long. It's just like
This is what I would recommend for everyone except for maybe myself and Logan. So what I'm saying is for anybody besides maybe myself and yourself, Logan, just have them send 3 scouts. If that's not enough, pull back. That's it. That's it right there. Send the 3 scouts. Do the harass. If you can. If you cannot, pull back. Do full eco. That's it.
Because he did say he took out 1 or 2 of Fassel's, but then I'm like, he still got all these buildings. Like you didn't do the damage you needed to do. Like so.
Yeah. No. Then I put my halbs on his villagers, on Fassel's villagers, and there's nothing he can do at that point.
Yeah. And the fact that you had freaking pikes, that already was too late. Like, it's just, but oh well. So yeah, not gonna do that again.
I really thought you guys had discussed that last week about Shuaib, but then shit, he got you with the same thing.
The sideshow?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, when he said left, you watch the stream, I kind of was just like, okay, because the thing is, it's not like he, I mean, surprisingly, I'm watching the replay. I guess he didn't completely abandon left with Munsif, but what he did on left was he basically just sent units without actually like microing them, and because then he wanted to focus on his left, and so I guess when he said left, I guess I really need to check his left base. So yeah, but we're not gonna. I think let's put him in middle. Let's put him in middle. But I'm trying not to like. We don't want. If I'm with Sharky or Munsif, I don't want them way. Although Munsif this time was way right, but I feel like you gotta have the players in the mid. So it's kind of. I mean, yeah. When I moved, we switched. With Munsif, right?
Imagine if you had Show as gray or purple instead of teal, and had Vassal teal instead. Imagine that. You think any of that shit would have happened?
No, sure not. I did. Oh, by the way, this game was a lot better in terms of real estate too, right? Fastball, I said you better build here, otherwise I'm gonna take it up. And sure enough, like a couple minutes later, I took. but they had opportunities though, so and Munson made barracks in the back, like. Well, because we needed what was it? I needed two archer ranges because I needed some skirmishers, and then I had 3 stables for a while, which was kind of produced. I needed a 4th, and that's why I made that 4th one right in front of that castle. Or no, I made the castle behind the stables, but yeah. So I try to, and then I was low on barracks, but I think that's where I was hoping Fassel would chip in with his Goths, but I communicated that. I was like, this real estate, we gotta, yeah. And I think the other thing too is we tend to, sometimes our buildings are too close and then too spread apart. Like Fassel, you called for, why do you have 4 archer ranges all stuck together? Like, and it's like, you're not even going archer range to Shoaib. Yep. And I think that was kind of weird too, why he made 4. I'm kind of watching him, like realizing he called, he was making paladins, and then he wanted to make conquistadors. So it's like,
oh, I know what he was doing. He was using those buildings to protect his traps from an onslaught. Okay, and I figured that out, and I'm like, fine.
Well,
that's what he did. And then
it's not a well, it's a bad strategy when you have a Goths player. Just have like you get pikes and put them in front. Like Fassel, what do you need to get the like? Right. I mean, it's but it's and. Why did you make archer ranges when you could just make stables? That's where you're producing from. Like
he was doing some random shit because what it is he doesn't trust his team to protect his, highly valuable siege. All you can, with Cho, we gotta bring it down to a couple of quotes from Cho. Gold, please, and protect my trebs, guys. Guys, protect my trebs. Okay?
Oh! Here's another one for you. I'm going left.
Guys, I just took a look at this. I scouted this area like 5 minutes into the game. I scouted this area. There's not much going on with Saman.
5 minutes into the game. Exactly what
I baited him so hard.
What did I say? I think we just said like whatever. Like it's early. You might have said it's early in the game.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely, dude. It's so early in the game. What the hell?
I baited him so hard, I didn't let him see shit.
In the meantime, 30 minutes later.
That's right. By the time he saw, dude, holy shit. I loved it, dude. It was the best thing ever. I just wish I was from
Did you kill a villager that night? I just watched the replay of, because I remember this. He said he sent a villager over there, and it died. He said, so did you kill somebody, or was he just, I don't know.
Me?
Like, was he making an outpost? Do you recall that?
No, so Fassel built a watchtower, so I built a guard tower, so maybe that did it.
But I don't, maybe. I don't know what's over there exactly right now. But it's funny, because it's like, he thought, like, it's still open, even though he just lost a villager. I don't know. Jeez. But come on, I mean, that late in the game, it's just like, it's not gonna happen. I mean, that's why I didn't do an all-in on the right when I did it with the Goths. Like according to me said, like it's gonna be shut down. But the point wasn't that. It was to actually, really, to just, you guys are gonna have to have an army on the right. So, but obviously, I don't know. I'll have to think again. But
here's the thing: even in the game before this one, when it was the base race at that point.
He did it again there. He actually did it again there, and he got smacked right down.
Yep.
I don't know if you saw that, Logan, because you were so focused on the Victoria. Show came in at the same time.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I thought we almost had it. I was like, oh wow, we got army there.
Actually, Logan, you almost had it. Shoaib never made it.
He never made it.
He never made it. He got destroyed. The reason you got so close was because I was watching Show.
But you caught her at time.
No,
200.
Khurram called it out for me.
Yeah.
But to pay attention to me, okay, because you guys got it right.
Bro, I was waiting for Show to come in.
Fassel and I were watching the hit points.
I was watching it too. It's like 190, 200, 200, 200, 200, 210. I'm like, yeah.
And my guys are just dying, yeah.
Because I already had
Oh.
champions there. Because I saw that you rated Sharky.
Sharky and Dobo, and then I couldn't even believe I got they actually did a lot of they took it down pretty fast. I was kind of blown away how I'm gonna need some siege, but I don't know.
No. So
Like
Gots kind of don't need siege because you just build champions and Husklars, bro. That's it. Well, they'll take
Yeah.
out the buildings for you. I've done that to you before.
Yeah, that's where we had that bad house wall.
I was okay with you taking out Dobo and Shark. And then I was like, oh, he's actually going to go and attack over there. The least I could do was just tell someone about.
Well, it's
Way
weird
before you
that
got there.
Sharky. So when I pushed through, did you call it? Like Sharky came over with all these paladins.
Yeah.
And
So I called it out.
yeah, why? What I'm trying to why did they come back?
I just said, Sharky, send all your paladins there and kill this shit because it's all
Because he
Husklars.
did. I had to start over, and then once I start over, I'm like, wait, shit, let's keep going.
That's part of their learning thing. It's okay. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
Was it Eco or was he doing something else?
He was
I
doing
don't know.
something else.
He was something else.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I got no problems if he killed it and then he left and you came back. I have no problem with you taking out a tutorial like that.
He was too busy up front
Yeah.
between my castles. Munsif got so concerned, is what I'm saying, but I know he got upset because I was wrecking his camels. You're not talking about the unit. You know the unit that killed my camels.
Camels are to Munsif that sideshows are to Shoaib.
Oh, he will make. I was surprised it took him this long to make camels, by the way.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna make it earlier.
No, Munsif really brought a good game. I felt he was probably more of the stable, solid, person who could
Bro,
do something in
Vassal,
the battle.
I'm looking you build a house wall to stop Shui from doing side shit right now in that game before.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Oh, technically you could do that too. You build a house wall in the tree line.
Yeah, because he can't. I don't trust him with that shit, and that's sure.
And you know, the moment he tells you,
the same shit.
the moment he tells you, "Hey Vassal, can you delete this?" or "Hey Logan, can you delete this?" You're like, "Hell no!" For what? And then he'll say, "I gotta collect wood. I gotta collect wood."
I don't even know what to say. In both the games, he pulled that shit.
I
can't get him to stop.
Oh my gosh, you're right. It got crushed.
You got obliterated. I'm fast forwarding through the replay to find it. You got obliterated. And you know what's funny? It's the exact same army again in the next game versus the exact same civ.
He won't learn, dude.
All right, if you go to 237, I'm taking out some on your, or not taking out, trying to attacking it, and then I'm like, no.
Yeah. That was fun.
He's gonna repair it. He's gonna repair it. And then passes. Come on. But I see teals, there's a ball of teal coming in, and it's just gonna.
Yeah.
Just died.
And then Fast will go, we're doing a final move here. And then he called. Oh, blue has 2 castles there.
But you see,
This is
it
not
does
the-
like by keeping you guys like kind of honest, like where you have to have forces on both sides, how it affects the balance as well. Because you guys don't just steamroll one side anymore either.
No, that's
Yeah.
good, so I mean, I think that's fine.
The good thing about something like that is even though you have like units everywhere, now it'll start coming down to is can you get that mini death ball? Can you get like this mini advantage? And then what do you do with that mini advantage? Because if you lose the mini advantage, then it really hurts. You know what I mean? I mean, it hurts everywhere. Like you saw it, it'll hurt like in mid on our side because we were heavily countered, and on your side you didn't take advantage. So then then you got countered, right? Like something like that. So, but you know, I mean, it's fine. I think maybe because he did see you do it. Who knows? He thought that if you were doing it and you got you know, in his mind, as in Shuaib's mind, he's like, oh shit, look, Logan did it, and look, he's taking the Fatoras and he's doing great. I can do it too.
He telegraphed me so hard.
Right.
But he took out 3 castles with trebs from beyond the tree line. You damn well know I'm good. I know you're coming.
Yep. So that's the sad part, that he gets the fake courage. Like he looks at what you did maybe, and he's like, okay, all right, you know, like at the right time I'm gonna do it. Except he never gets the right time. The timing isn't right. And then looking at you, because what you did, Logan, then he's like he's getting the confidence, misplaced as it is. That's why I was saying that I don't know if I should be shutting down some of these, you know, like come in and get obliterated, and then it's like shit. But I tend to try not to do that.
I'm personally not a fan of sideshows at all.
Not a big all-in like that.
They have
I mean,
they have a place. I will say that they have a place.
Right,
But-
if we all agree and say yes, but we needed him mid. I mean, the game was not lost. But once he did that, I feel like that's when it was lost. When he completely abandoned like hope in mid, that was just what? I mean, am I wrong? Or
No, you're right.
You're
I
right.
agree.
I think we still had an opportunity.
You did. You had
And then
more.
the other thing too, what I want to know is, so when he sent the paladins, because I guess when he said I'm gonna hit the trebs, I guess I watched the replay, but not the stream, because I didn't see it. Is that like he basically just threw paladins to their deaths? Like it wasn't like an impactful, because you don't necessarily send their trebs covered by castles, covered by units. I mean, you guys had an army there, so he just pretty much just
Yeah, they
let his
kinda-
army die.
They got crushed.
Right, and I don't even know if he took the trebs out.
Yeah,
Shit.
he got crushed.
It's almost like I feel like he should have just kept his army on the left and. Ugh. Oh well.
Because he kind of went in by himself, which was problematic.
Well, he didn't communicate. I mean, that's yeah.
Shit. That's
When you say or not communicate, when you say going left, and like yeah, someone asked us, did you get confirmation like to do that? He didn't ask for any of that.
But I'm talking about the attack of the tribes.
Oh, like I said, so what was it? Well, there was one in front of me, and so I was thinking that he was gonna go around and get them, but instead he went to like trebs that were surrounded by castles or something. Because there was trebs right in the middle. They're right by the berries and the 4 relics, right in the middle. Those trebs were like wide open. I mean, it's hard to get to them because of the berries and whatnot. And so I was thinking he was going there, but he never showed up there. And I guess maybe I was just busy doing something else, but I think that's what he was trying to do. And so maybe it just took him a little while to get over there, but I guess that's not where he ended up. So, yeah.
No, the pad thing is very
Right, so I'm not gonna like at least give him some time. That's what I mean. Like I'll give him some time until like when he says I'm gonna get these trebs. Like when you get to take them out. So don't worry about them. And that's what I thought. But yeah, boy, I was wrong. Ugh.
But it sounds like you had fun tonight, Logan. Which I
The
can't see.
last two games, yes. When, like I said, it's when I'm able to form a line up front and get eco going and not be like harassed or whatever, then I'm able to show up. Because the games when I mean, yes, I can recover, but my teammates are like behind too because
Yeah,
of
but
that
I'm not
whole
even
like.
talking about these last two games. I think just in general. I mean, there were other weekends where I feel like
Just awful
you-
shit.
yeah.
Well, I think I think I'm starting to realize that it's really crucial that if I'm off my game, I have to worry about myself. But then they're basically running with their heads cut off, like chicken with their heads cut off. So I need to be there to. So it's almost like if I didn't play the game and just sat back and like commanded them, the game would be way better. But because I have to do my shit, because I want to do, I want to play the game, of course. But then if I can't play my game and I have to worry about getting harassed and stuff, then I can't give commands or like see what people are doing because I'm occupied with my own stuff. So it's if I didn't have any of that and just watched and spectated and told them, like if I had that omni view of them, the games would be probably really great in terms of leading them and say, hey, build this, build that there or whatever.
Right.
But I don't want to do that because that's I feel like too micromanage, and also I'm not really playing it. I'm watching them play, and
Right.
and I can't really. It's really tough to watch when people miss micro, but you can't blame them. So because they're still learning and stuff. So, but
You know what you just reminded me of? I'm sorry, I know this is completely out of the blue and random, but that just reminded me of so when I was raiding in Destiny, right? So there's this buff called a scanner. So the scanner person has to call out, okay, you need to attack this specific boss who's gonna kill us all, right? Because he's doing this kill all maneuver, and there's 4 of them that you can see, but only this one person can see which one is the real one. And one guy got it, and he said, "It's right here."
It's right here. That's
Bro,
great.
what the fuck does right here mean? You're you're running somewhere. I don't know where right here is.
Do they have like a ping or something that they were trying to do?
No, bro.
Dude, that's something
that's
we all
usually
deal with.
my role. It's like, okay, I'll say, hey, it's the dude by the elevator, or it's the one on right or left,
Right.
or the one by the window. And he just said it's right here. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
No, it's tough because even like when we're playing Warzone, I say they're in front of us, and we got people looking behind us and stuff. And because I'm thinking of like movement in terms of our group, which way we're heading. So if I look left and I say they're in front of us, that doesn't mean like, oh, it's in front of me. So some people think that, and I'm thinking it's because we're heading towards. So like we're going to like there's a location called military base, and we're heading there. And I say in front of me, that means it's on the way to military base. It's not to the right. But people, because they look at my which way I'm looking, they think, oh, it's to the right. And it's hard because it's like, I mean, obviously it's a first person shooter, so it's like fast paced, and so it's like really hard to like, you just like gotta work with it, because sometimes I'm just like, I say the wrong command thing and I'm just like, fuck, they probably realize, I think I'm saying this or something. And
No, but I'm just telling you, when he said it's right here, bruh, we all just died laughing, like, what the fuck kind of a call out was that? Because you have 10 seconds to do enough damage to this boss where he doesn't kill you. Kill the whole team.
So can you see, I can't remember, is there a mini map? Can you see where your teammates are or no?
There is a radar-ish. It's like a motion tracker.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It shows
so then
it shows enemies. It doesn't show allies.
And then, can you see allies through walls though? Like the
Yeah, you can see a tag, right?
Is the tag, are all the tags the same color?
Yes.
See, yeah, so whereas, okay, so Warzone you have different colors, and it's hilarious sometimes when they like people say it's on me, someone's like hitting me, but then people forget like what color they are. So they think like it's a teammate. It's I don't know, or not teammate, another teammate. And it's like, guys, do you not realize that when someone says on me, you know his voice, you know what color he is. Look on the mini map because this one you can see all your allies and stuff, and because you mostly see your allies, you only see the red pings when people are shooting. And it's funny how people are like, "What color are you?" And it's like, come on, like, don't you? And but there is an issue though. Each game it does reset sometimes. Some people are purple, sometimes are orange. I'm usually it depends on what console I think too, because it'll like put the PCs or the like I think PlayStation 5 has it too, and the Xbox Series X they load faster, so I think it puts the people who are load faster higher up. So orange, I think it goes like orange, purple, blue, and then green, and or green might be second. I don't know, but whatever. So it's like interesting that some people just they forget to like think that I need to see what colors are people like before the game even starts. And so they go to the wrong person, or they're like, what does that mean on me? And it's like, well, dude, I mean, the guy's in front of me or he's on me, so go to my color. And that's how we communicate. But sometimes it's just
I'm
people
just
forget
saying that the Shogo and left thing was like right here.
yeah.
It's like
Which left?
he's saying something, but you ain't getting it.
And then that's the other thing, like the paladins that we're attacking is that I'm thinking, he's got more army behind. He's gonna get the trebs first, and then more army. But then when I check, wait, he's actually going left. Ugh. I don't know. Whatever. It's. I'd rather kind of lose that way than just getting steamrolled like the first couple of games. So where we're all
I'm just
out of
saying,
sync.
man.
So.
Like I had to teach him a lesson.
Oh yeah. We were fucked, and I had no temptation or no like want to go over there. I just let him have it.
It's like, okay, you're gonna come at me solo, bro. Let's go.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
Let's go.
exactly. All right, guys, I'm gonna go to bed. But
Yeah,
yes,
alright, man.
Castle definitely did better. I was getting a little frustrated at the beginning. It's just like same result and stuff. But because I think I figured it out though. Like it's they need to see. Maybe it's something like either some on if you want to take the like just defensive role. But I mean, I just don't want you to do that because like I need to get better, and also I feel like it's just kind of unfair to you. You know what I mean? Like kind of if you want to do something like that, I can't just say don't do that.
So what I did with Sharky and Dobo is like, okay, you guys are gonna go secure mid. You're gonna make it good eco, and then you're gonna push up to these relics. Anything beyond that, team permission. Anything beyond those relics, team permission. Communicate. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, and then when I was Aztecs, I was like, okay, guys, how about this? You tell me what you want.
What's cool is the first map I need to work on that because I think Munsif called it. He was like, I can't see where the trees are, and I'm just like, dude, you don't have to immediately start building. You can send a villager that scouts a little ahead, and Shoaib, I told him not to build. He keeps building a wall like right behind the trees, and I'm like, dude, these are trees you need to be cutting. Make the wall on the right of the trees, or like at least use the trees as a wall. Don't wall and then trees, because then like what you have to go all the way around a cut. And so I hopefully I can't remember if this game I think he did
Only
better,
time I
but,
do that is
but
when one of you guys got Huns, man.
oh well to me that I mean that should even that should just be automatic to like you're just pretty much housing yourself in. But what was it? So the fact that Moonsif he didn't really kind of know that map, and then but Sharky though, however, he was getting stone on the way right, and it's interesting that like he kind of had that like I don't know just initiative or whatever, he just wanted to do that. But the fact that we need to get our lines, and I think the second game or third game I started saying that like we need to start forming up on the line. Like it's okay to build forward and get those town center and what was it Shoaib or Munsif called something like I can't remember I don't know maybe like the palisade walls or something. We needed to like get some gates, but But we just it's that first map. I think we need more work on that because I think the different lanes kind of threw people off and building forward. It's kind of and then we complain about no space. It's just like, well, yeah, because you guys put yourself at a disadvantage by not building forward from the start. I mean, no one's gonna come in and take a barracks that's out front when they don't have siege yet or when they don't have an army because they don't know what you have yet. They haven't scouted. It's so early, so it's like kind of don't be super aggressive, but take your land and then use your villager to scout. You don't need to go all the way up, of course, because
that
there's
one
borders,
game you
but-
were Turks, bro.
yeah,
I had
build
to
a
make you
freaking
pay.
town center up front though. That sucked. Did you see how?
Yeah, no, but I had to make you guys pay for not taking territory. I'm sorry, but like, bro, the way you guys did not take territory, it even
It
I
was
know
just terrible. Yeah.
Kodum called it out, and I'm like, bro, I cannot let this stand. Like, how am I trying to build a house wall on your side, like locking you out of resources?
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
was
that
bad.
was
So,
that
yeah,
was the
why
goal, but like,
of all people in that game, I should have not built that town center. It should have been Munsif or Shoaib. I mean, and then Sharky or on the side. But it was me because I'm just like, guys, like, what's going on? So yeah, I like you said though. What did you just? You said you told Sharky Sharky and Dobo to build up to this relic line, or what was it? Build the house wall, and then what else did you say?
I said I want you to secure mid, uh, build your eco,
Only
and then move
up
up
to
to the
that certain
relics.
point. Yeah, and that was it. Yeah. See, maybe I need to like say that or something because maybe it's I don't know. It's just it's kind of they're waiting for me to do it, but then I'm Turks. I need to be as back as possible. And I was even second guessing that town center. I was even like, I shouldn't just build in our freaking trade line because this is bad. The fact that I'm like building up here, but
It's not
yeah,
necessarily. It wasn't necessarily a bad TC. Yours. The problem is you were there alone.
Yeah, no support. Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, why am I building there and no one else has shit there? That's bad.
Like
I'm the
I
one that doesn't have.
literally almost completed that house wall, and I was just gonna go straight into Shoaib because it was his fault that you were in such a bad position.
Jeez. But yeah. All right. Well, that was good stuff.
Yep. Good night,
So-
man.
Nice.
And then, oh wait, one
Mhm.
last thing. That one, what was it? The Civ. I was. Oh yeah. So I was Turks, and you were Italians, and just everything that was like, freaking, what Murphy's Law just could go wrong. I'm just like, all right, I'm making cavalry. You have the Italian archers. We have gold, and like, I'm trying to get. So my goal was to get to. And Shoaib kind of second guess. Maybe this is my or like I was wrong on this approach, but my goal was to get the Janissaries and hand cannoneers, I suppose. But then also I was trying to get like skirmishers because he didn't want to. What was it? I can't. What was Shoaib doing? I can't remember what his army was. But like that was my intention to go that army, and because he kept complaining about your crossbowmen, he was like, "We can't do cavalry," and I'm like, "Okay." And then he didn't want to do infantry. Maybe that was it, because you didn't have cavalry and you didn't have. They would just die to the crossbowmen. But I don't know. I thought that army would have been sufficient, but can't remember.
I
Was that
had
wrong? I don't
crossbows
know.
and pikes.
Yeah, you had pikes. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, you shut down the cavalry. There was nothing I could do. I mean, I tried to dance around, but it was just there was nothing. And oh, it was that was the game also that yeah, you really put me behind too because I had a spearman get just absolutely destroyed by 3 scouts.
Yo, I saw that.
That was so sad.
Yo, this one spearman was like, "Yeah, I got this."
Oh gosh, because hey, it's funny. They're not strong, but they what was it? They're only good. I mean, even one spearman's not that great, so it's just against Cav. They'll still die. Cavs can still kill spearmen and pikemen and halberdiers. I mean, paladins. If you have a bunch of
Well, no.
paladins
So
and you have like
again, I would do that. I wouldn't do that to like Sharky. Like
Mhm.
I would kill the halberdier or whatever to prove a point, and then I would leave. But with you, I will kill it and I will stay because
oh
like
yeah, you did. Yeah.
and I'm getting to the point where I might do that, start doing some of that with the show, but he usually also masses his units more than you do.
Well, I had the issue. What was I tried to? Oh, I just wanted to because I was thinking you were gonna come from multiple angles with them instead of grouping up. I think that's what I was because I thought maybe in the game before that or was that the first game? I don't know. You had like you had
I will
three
split.
together,
I
so
will split.
so
I
that
will
I
come back. I'll split. I'll come back. If you let me, Micah, I will split and come back all day
yeah
long.
okay. Yeah, because I was split them because like one game it was you were all like separated, so I was like, okay, if I can just have the area and then you send the scouts, like one guy can kind of do something, but yeah, that was bad.
So I'm gonna give you a tip on how to break that. Right. Just keep your halbs. Don't have them chase because you and Show just chase and chase and chase and chase. Don't have them chase. Just have them where your villagers work. That's it. That's all you need. So imagine this: if I come to your villagers, they're there. If I leave, then you're still working.
Yeah, I wish there was a way to set defensive range. Like I put them on defensive so they don't like follow you all the way. I did follow you with the scout once I got scouts going, but the range like it'd be cool if like you could just have a stand ground and do half and half, like defensive stance to like maybe like 10 blocks or something and come back. Instead, it's like yeah he goes pretty far and then he'll come back. But yeah, no, I guess I need to do stand ground more. Yeah, sure. But
because eventually Show will do that as well. But then sometimes he'll just chase, and I'll just.
oh, and then it made I don't know why I made so I'm thinking too. I made 3 skirmishers and you just ate them up, and I'm like, why did I make those? Like I just everything went wrong that game. Like it was just it was yeah really bad. I even think the third game too. I just like threw in the towel. Ugh. But yeah, all right guys, I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm
No
done
Alright.
problem.
talking.
Good night.
It was good.
Then
Good night.